Coach, it seemed like the last 10 minutes or so of the game, you were running in isolation for Desmond almost every time down. Was that the strategy?
Well, it's the same thing we ran in the first half.
So you just wanted the ball in his hands?
No, we were trying to run middle pick and roll with their big guy. That's why their center fouled out of the basketball game.
Middle?
Yeah.
It seemed like with Dez having the ball in his hands that much, there wasn't a whole lot of flow to the offense. And other people weren't getting that many shots, and a lot of pressure was put on him. Maybe I'm reading that all wrong, but that's the way it seemed to me.
Yeah, I think when Buzo got his foul trouble, that hurt us. We're limited offensively. You can look at St. Thomas went 0 for 6. It's hard to go to him when he's struggling offensively. And, Cohen's been a go-to guy. He's been extremely sick the last 3 days. I didn't know if he was even going to be able to play. So his minutes are limited because of that. And, we tried to get Terrence Williams some looks. And, Claude was our offense tonight.
The defense looked a lot better, it seemed like, through the first, 32 minutes or so. What was different down the stretch there?
Well, I thought we played as hard as we could play. We're down 3 players, not that I don't know if they would have played. I mean, obviously Rashawn would have played because he's basically played almost every night. So we're playing 5 guards. And I thought the fight and the battle and the competitive nature was phenomenal. We lead for 30 minutes against a team that's ranked 12th in the country and against an undefeated team that, if you look at who they've beaten, really impressive. And I thought we gave ourselves a chance to win the game. Some costly turnovers by a young player. Kevin's out there trying to learn and develop, and somebody else had the ball in their hands behind Dez, and we turned the ball over. So, that's what happens. And you just try to learn from it. I thought, if you would have said before the game that we were going to out-rebound them, but we felt like we had to get, we had to do all we could to get 32 out of the game, and I thought we did that. But 14 turnovers, probably 4 too many, and the complexion of the game, changes with that.
Most you, before the year, you're very adamant that this team has holes, a little bit of point guard and center. You see those late turnovers, you see a time Oregon scoring kind of in the paint there. Do you feel like you're still, as a coach, trying to figure out how to kind of patch those holes and work with the guys you have? Obviously, you don't have a certain number of guys on this roster, but still trying to figure that out a little bit.
Yeah, I think we got holes. You know what I mean? We're a team that, in order to win a Big Ten game, we're going to have to play that hard, and then we're going to have to make some shots. This roster's not picture perfect by any means, and all we can do is talk about effort and then try to clean things up. So, proud of the team for leading for 30 minutes, but down the stretch, it wasn't our offense. We scored 30 points in the first half. We scored 30 points in the second half. It was our defense. They scored 45 points compared to 23. So everybody can have their own opinion, but it was our defense, clearly. First thing out of a non-basketball person's was our defense. When I'm back in the hallway talking to family, friends, we just didn't defend the last. I thought that their point guard did an incredible job. Number 3, getting to the basket and going right, and either fouled or scored. And that was the difference. You can't give up, 45 points at home when you're only scoring 30. And so offensively, pretty much the same both halves. Defensively, a major problem, from about the 11-minute mark on.
Is this what you you said this team has some holes. Is this what you expected, you know, after kind of you put this roster together? Did
Yeah, I
you know
think
that you
once
guys were
we-
gonna have to play this hard?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, once we started practicing and, you know, I think with any team, some guys, you know, exceed expectations and maybe some others don't. And so you just, you know, you try to continue to tinker and you know, we kind of came into the game thinking that, you know, a young player like Kevin Patton, that there's going to be a chance that, you know, he's going to play in a big moment in a Big Ten game, and hopefully he learns a little bit from it. And, you know, we just got to keep tinkering.
It seemed like by far the best defensive game you played, especially in the first half, first part of the second half. But did you do something different to get ready for this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about, you know, rim protection. We're not gonna block shots unless it's Kevin Patton. You know, I thought we kept the lane, you know, a little bit more compact than we had. I mean, you know, some of the games we've had, our pick and roll coverage has been not good at all. And I thought that pick and roll defense tonight was really, really good. It was an isolation of number 3 dribble driving hard down the alley, and then his 14 free throws attempted. I mean, you know, we weren't even trying to foul late in the game, and they were getting free throws attempted. So, super happy with our physicality. I thought we got away from our physicality the last few games. I thought we got our physicality back. I thought we got our scrap back. We offensive rebounded a little bit better tonight than we had in the past. And we, you know, in my opinion, you know, rebounding wise tonight to walk away knowing that we won that's been a big issue for us. And when you ask about improved defense, I think it'll always start at defensive rebounding.
Mus, you've been a part of rebuild certainly before. When you look at where this team is right now in comparison to, you know, thinking about the rebuilds that you have orchestrated previously, like what's your definition of a successful, realistic year for this program? What do you want?
Yeah, I don't know how many Big Ten games we're going to win. You know, what I do know is if you put forth that effort, you know, from a culture standpoint, you know, I don't think I mean, you walk out of the building, you think the team played hard, you think the team, you know, gave great effort, and you think the team didn't close the game, which we didn't. I mean, we were right there, and like I said, if you lead for 30 minutes, it's the last 10 minutes of play that we're not used to winning as a unit. You know, you play a team like Oregon that, you know, turns it up at the end. They got, you know, we're really well coached, and you know, they got some returning players, and you know, I look at their point guard and their center, and you know, Keyshawn, number 9's a great player, and Evans is a returning player, and then you sprinkle in somebody, you know, that's super smart and can score the ball and defend and play multiple positions in Brandon Angel. And now you got a heck of a team. Having no returners and you know, that's our continuity's certainly not there offensively. No excuses. You know, the question is, you know, culture-wise tonight, not happy that we didn't win. Nobody should be. Got to close the game better, but we're going to have to learn to do that too. It's not just going to happen, and there's probably going to be other nights that we play really well, and you know, whether we walk away with the win or not, I don't know in year one. But the effort was there, other than, you know, defensively down the stretch.
You mentioned it being difficult to get the ball to Saint when he's struggling to shoot. He's only averaged about 6 or so shots a game these last 3 games. Do you need him to look for more offense, or?
I mean, he's a really good passer, you know, but you know, you got to get that, you know, scoring, you know, percentage up, shooting percentage up. You know, teams are defending us a little bit different. You know, they're not guarding certain people, and they're giving, you know, airspace to guys, and you know, it's another night that we struggled from 3. You know, 2 for 13, and one guy made a 3. So, like I said, I'm not unrealistic to know that we don't have a lot of holes. The question is, can we masquerade some of our holes and continue to, you know, to evolve as a team?
Last question.
What's hear about
Tell us about injuries to AG and Clark Slackert.
Yeah, Clark got, he got hit last game, or 2 games ago, so he's out. When he'll return, I don't know. And Rashawn's back locked up in shoot around. So, we were actually thought that this would be a really good game for him, but when he returns, I don't know. It's a back that's locked up, and I'm not a doctor and not a trainer. Anybody that's had that knows that it can get better in a day, and it could take 2 weeks. I mean, it's not going to take more than 2 weeks, but I don't know if he's going to wake up tomorrow and feel good or still be locked up.
Right. Thank you, Coach.
You guys good?
Thanks, man.